Hello, YouTube. You might be wondering what's going on here with the fact that it looks like I've got a Coleman butane stove up here in the front cockpit area of the little Blue 2 with apparently the rice cooker bowl on it with some water getting ready to cook it. And the reason this is here is because I'm actually doing a new experiment here. Instead of cooking in the inverter cooking system, I'm going to go ahead and try to cook using a butane system here up front. And what I've done is I'm trying to make a kitchen area here at the front cockpit of Little Blue 2. And I've moved the bin there, the plastic bin that I use to carry my laundry and stuff, like clothes for laundry and whatnot. And I'm just using it to kind of level it off. And underneath I put plastic plates to level it off. What I'm going to do eventually is build a little table or just use a board and throw it up on there to level it off and see if cooking like this is doable. And if it is, then this is another option for those of you who don't want to install an inverter cooking system, because then you don't need to deal with having a very large house battery. All you have to do is have a house battery that can run your fans and things like that. You don't need to run the cooking system on it. You don't even need an inverter. All you have to do is just run direct 12 volts to your cell phone charger and computers and things like that, assuming your computer can plug into 12 volts. Otherwise you'd still need an inverter. But anyhow, I am trying to cook using a butane system inside the front cockpit. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and turn the unit on right now. Make sure that this is seated correctly. It's got to be in that lip right there. I don't know if you can see that. And then we're just going to go ahead and push this down. Turn the knob all the way, and sure enough, the fire is up. And it shouldn't really have any issues. We're going to put our lid on it and let the rice cook. That's all we're going to do, is just simply let it cook. And this is how we could cook food. Still pretty stealth. I don't think anyone could tell I'm cooking in here. So the key will be to try to rig a system that can easily be put up and to use and put away, which this isn't too bad actually. I could just throw something on there. Might want to carry a fire hydrant though. Turn down the flame a little bit. But you can see the car actually serves as a nice windbreaker. It isn't that windy out here today, and I've got all the windows wide open. Well, not totally open, but you can see there's a big enough gap there, because we are generating carbon monoxide right now. And when you have an open flame, it's doing that. But this is just my test to see if I can indeed cook using the butane system. And dinner tonight is really simple. I have some leftover chicken from Publix. This is Publix fried chicken. So 3 pieces left, and I'm just going to eat that with the rice. It's nothing fancy. I do have some leftover peppers. What is this? What kind of pepper is this? I forget what it's called. Serrano peppers. I may make a pepper sauce, but I'm out of fish sauce. So if I make it, it'll just be lemon and pepper. No fish sauce. So I'm not sure I'll make it, because it may not taste right. Or I might use soy sauce in its place. I don't know. I think I was going to make it simple and just have chicken and rice and no pepper sauce tonight. So it's a really simple dinner, and just a quick test to see if this can be done. And it looks like it's not going to be a problem. So I have an easy option now to cook when I don't feel like running the car engine. Or, for people who have a butane system like this, one of these little portable butane stoves. It's only like about, I think it's $18.98 or something like that at Walmart. It's like under 20 bucks total, $21 with taxes. So this is a system that may be worth considering for those of you who don't want to install an inverter cooking system, And then if you get one of these small bins, it almost lines up perfectly with the front seat here. I think what I would do in the future is I might throw a towel down underneath there and to level it off, so that, because you want the surface here to be level. And you can see it's already steaming and cooking. And this seems to actually be cooking a little bit, in some ways a little bit faster than the inverter cooking system. So you can see it's a little bit too hot here. I am going to turn the flames down because I don't want it spilling over. So turning the flames down just a little bit. and we can control the heat and monitor it. And I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. Just have it on warm mode and let it kind of simmer and cook, and when the water has evaporated out, then the rice should be done. And we'll go ahead and do a taste test to see how done it really is, and have Publix chicken and white rice. So stay tuned. As you can see, the rice is still steaming. It is boiling and cooking. I may want to turn the heat up just a little bit more to make it boil a little bit more. The one thing is, cooking it like this, I can actually adjust the temperature on the fly. You know, cooking in the inverter using the rice cooker, the electric cooker, it's either on high, and then, you know, when it gets pretty much done, it shuts itself off. It goes to low mode. So here I'm kind of monitoring it. I can see all the steam coming up, and it's just blowing right up and hopefully blowing out that window. Eventually blowing out that window. Maybe next time I'll point the steam vent that way. But it looks like it should be done very soon. And I'm actually surprised at how easy it was to do this. So this is an option that actually may be better to use when you're actually parked somewhere versus running the car engine, you know, because then you're burning gasoline to run to generate electricity for the inverter to create 110, 115 volts, so that you can run the electric rice cooker on it at 300 watt. That actually, when we did the computation before, wasn't really too efficient. Now, the canisters that I have in here that I'm currently using are about, I think they're about $3 each at Walmart. But Renegade Ramblin' Van, Terry from Renegade Ramblin' Van, told me that if I check the Oriental supermarkets, you know, the Oriental markets, they usually sell huge packets of them, like more than one canister, and you can buy them in bulk and it may be cheaper. So if the canisters drop down to, like, you know, $1.50 or $1 per canister, it makes this option of cooking a lot more affordable. So you'd probably want to carry like 2 or 3 canisters on hand, because my experience has been that each canister will last me probably about 3 or 4 meals, maybe 5 meals if you stretch it out, depending on how long you're cooking things and how high you have the temperature. So it does cook very fast. And I suppose if you had one of these units and you were in an area that's cold like right now, you could actually use it to heat up the air. The key though is you want to have window gaps open up a bit. You might not open it up this much, but you want to have ventilation to allow the carbon monoxide to blow out. You don't want to have any open flames like this inside your vehicle and have all the windows sealed up, because it is releasing carbon monoxide and it can actually kill you. So make sure if you're going to cook with an open flame that you always have adequate ventilation, which I should right now with the windows being this wide. So this is a way of heating up the air inside your vehicle if you need to, you know, and you don't have like a Mr. Buddy heater or something. You could use your propane or your butane system to just turn it on and let it heat up the air. Or you could put water on it, you know, like a bucket of water or a pot or pan, well, a pot of water, and heat that up, because that'll hold the heat. And that way when you shut the system down, the hot water will continue to release heat, thermal heat, throughout the night, you know, at least for a couple hours. Just make sure when you do that though that you have adequate ventilation, that while the system's heating up, you actually do have it vented. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. You put a pot of water and you just heat it up, and it'll heat the water up. But you have the windows open while you're doing this so that all the carbon monoxide blows out. Then when you shut the system off, you can roll up your window. You know, just leave a tiny little gap for circulation inside the vehicle to control the humidity issue. But the heat will actually at that point be coming mostly directly off the pot, which is full of hot water at that point. And that's what I'm talking about, using it to heat. Well, I think the rice looks like it'll be done here in a minute. I don't know if you can see that. It's almost done. I'm going to let it dry out just a little bit more. So it's going to let it sit for another few minutes. And then we're going to go ahead and test it out and see how it looks and tastes. At this point, I think the rice is pretty much done. Maybe it's still a little bit wet. to heat it up a little bit more. I guess I could turn the heat up a little bit, or just let it steam a little bit more. I might have used a little bit too much water. Maybe I misjudged today. Just turn it up just a little bit. See if we can get more steam to come out. But we don't want it to burn. As the steam comes out, it means there's water being pulled out of the rice. So I think it's pretty much done now. So at this point, I'm going to shut the whole unit off. Turn that off. Release that. And that'll release the gas. Yeah, I think I might have burnt the bottom a little bit. So we're just going to grab this now and set it over here. I do have mitts that I threw down on my little console thing. Ooh, look at that rice. This is pretty much done. We can set that out of the way. We can actually get I guess a plate and put the food on it, or you're like me today, I'm just going to eat it right inside the rice pot. It'll make it a lot easier. So just set that aside and get our chicken here. Open it up and plop it right in there and let it heat up a little bit. It doesn't really need to heat up. I do have some hot pepper sauce, yeah, from the Chinese restaurant that I had grabbed when I ordered Chinese takeout. It's hot sauce. So I'll be using the hot sauce to flavor everything. This is more hot sauce from a different Chinese, Texas Pete, I don't know, different type of hot sauce. So we'll be adding the hot sauce to the chicken, and that's going to be dinner. It's a very simple dinner. Alright, this dinner doesn't look like much because it is just Publix fried chicken and white rice cooked inside my van using the Coleman butane stove. Now I'm just going to pour some of this hot sauce onto the chicken, give it a little bit of spiciness, and that's pretty much it. Maybe I'll grab another packet, but I'm not just eating plain chicken. Throw that away here, and let's try this out and see what it tastes like. Let's break up that chicken there. It is kind of heating up, and the rice cooker on the rice that's there is making it hot. I don't know if you can tell. You can actually, if you threw in some vegetables and stuff and threw in some soy sauce, what you've got essentially is fried rice, chicken fried rice. Maybe we can do that one day. But this is a very simple meal with leftovers. I basically saved some chicken from yesterday. I'm going to be having it today. And so let's try this. Here we go. Get the steam coming out. Doesn't that look so good? I don't know if you guys have tried the different fried chicken from the different grocery stores, but I think Publix has the best fried chicken. So this is actually very good. Their fried chicken is very flavorful. The Walmart one tends to be overcooked, burnt. So yeah, this is really good. Matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean off, I'm going to rinse off this pepper, fennel pepper, and take a bite out of it as I eat the chicken. Well, until next time, everyone, I hope you're having a good night, staying warm wherever you are. Remember that if you have a butane or a propane system in your vehicle for cooking, you can use that to heat up hot water to keep your van, the interior of your van, warm. Just remember to give yourself adequate ventilation to allow the carbon monoxide to escape your vehicle while you're heating it up. Then once you shut the heat off, or the light, the fire, you can close up your windows if you want, but you might want to leave a little gap just for some circulation so you don't have humidity forming everywhere. So please stay safe, stay warm. God bless you all. Take care now. Bye-bye, everybody.